The art of quality storytelling relies on a bunch of things, such as pacing, character development, and plot progression. But all of them bank on one thing that, if drizzled on top correctly, leaves the viewer in a beautiful state of despair.
それは希望かもしれないし、さらなる地獄かもしれない。それは進み続けた者にしかわからない。
What's going on, guys? It's Edible Incredible, and today I'll be diving into a few moments that were built up with at least some amount of dramatic anticipation, and comparing these moments to certain ones we've just witnessed in Season 4, with of course an emphasis on foreshadowing, since what is glorious anticipation without it?
そうか。感謝したいのは俺の方だがな。何度も手紙のやり取りを手伝ってくれて。来ましたよ。よう、4年ぶりだな、ライナー。
So before we get started, I want to mention how I'll unfortunately have to disable comments on this video. I'm an anime-only viewer, so I can't be taking any more risks than I already take. First, I think it's fitting to focus on an early Season 1 moment, because without this specific one, we wouldn't properly feel the weight of any moments afterwards. Following the death of his mother, Eren hauntingly pursues becoming a scout and wiping out every Titan from this world. 5 years removed from her death, and after 3 years of training, he confronts his enemies once more. But this time with a confidence that emits all throughout the new trainees. This confidence is suddenly flattened as his comrades begin to fall. Were they all really just fated to be devoured eventually? Eren's childhood best friend, Armin, is shook while digesting that potential reality. He witnesses Eren get smacked against a building, then stands motionless as a Titan begins to lumber over. But all he can do is watch it unfold, unable to use his desire to keep pushing forward, unable to find the strength to get to the sea he always read about as a kid. He's on the verge of getting swallowed as Eren reaches out to save him at the very last moment, tossing him out of the Titan's mouth but putting himself into the jaws of death. Eren then reminds Armin of the outside world as he reaches out before getting devoured. This moment embodies Attack on Titan as a whole, and is a wonderful masterclass of world building, the overall severity of their existence, and the anticipation of death. As the previous scene where Eren was scolding Mikasa transitions to this one, Eren tells himself, then to conclude this entire scene, he states the same exact thought. Until, at least to the viewer, he does. Fast forward 5 more years, and the little so-called crybaby, who used to be known for his annoying outbursts, has now infiltrated the enemy lines, living under the same roof as them for 4 years. Eren comes to terms with accepting that every place is the same, each having their own share of poverty, corrupt leadership, and an honorable desire to seek their own so-called justice. In this regard, Eren and Reiner are the exact same, following orders to fulfill their mission as their country's hero. Same script, but the roles are now swapped. Eren meets a young boy who strives to take Reiner's place. Eren begins to use this boy to communicate to his comrades, in a way just like Reiner used his big brother role on Eren to gain his trust and respect. Both poised to keep moving forward no matter the cost. Eren's oath to kill every last Titan is on full display in Season 4. The moment he was painted as the victim in Season 1 has now completely made a 180. The act of becoming a Titan symbolizes his future slaughter on mankind. He's suddenly no longer a pure boy with sympathetic ambitions, but now a demon who's set on the destruction of the world. Him becoming the monster of the story represents this change. With each enraged moment against Annie and then Reiner, Eren slowly loses more and more of his human self. I love how he even scratches his ear, just like the old monster of the story, the Beast Titan, used to do. His speech to Reiner during Tiber's declaration is the culmination of Eren's audacity. Willing to sacrifice the lives of the innocent to have a chance at swallowing the Warhammer. Mikasa even confronts Eren about this decision, telling him you can't go back now, when in reality this was already a new trait of his since the very first time he transformed into a Titan, encompassing the embodiment of humanity's greatest enemy. The next set of moments come from the one and only Levi, stemming from his upbringing and simply the nature of making a choice. Levi's taught how to survive in the underworld by his Uncle Kenny. He becomes rather ruthless. This trait of his is showcased in his OVA, where he attempts to assassinate Erwin but leaves his comrades all alone. Realizing the weight behind his naive decision, he is instantly swallowed with regret. That is, until Erwin saves him from despair, giving him a reason to push on and a dream to follow in this cruel world.
よせ、後悔をするな。後悔の記憶は次の決断を鈍らせる。そして決断を他人に委ねようとするだろう。そうなればあとは死ぬだけだ。結果など誰にもわからないのだ。一つの決断は次の決断のための材料にして初めて意味を持つ。壁外調査を続ける。
This decision beautifully parallels a future one, where he once again leaves his comrades in the line of fire to eliminate his greatest enemy. But this time around, it was on purpose.
俺は選ぶぞ。夢を諦めて死んでくれ。新兵たちを地獄に導け。獣の巨人は俺が仕留める。 リヴァイ、ありがとう。
He knew the outcome before it even unfolded. His friends, and especially his leader, would die. With that in mind, he pushes on, slicing and dicing Titans on his way, to put an end to a monstrous threat to society. The plan's executed to perfection, however, his hesitation fails him. Pondering what could be with the Titan Serum becomes his undoing in a matter of moments.
待てよ。俺はあいつに誓ったんだ。必ずお前を殺すと。
He's raged by this, realizing he didn't fulfill his promise to his dying comrades, greatly fueling his desire to take down the Beast Titan next time without a moment's hesitation. And that's exactly what he does in Season 4. I was expecting an epic one-on-one duel between the two, drastically building up to the moment in my head. So much so that I literally had to replay this scene over and over because it was so hard to comprehend. But it made so much sense in regard to the evolution of Levi's psyche. Of course Levi would go beast mode, piercing the Beast Titan's nape with absolutely no regrets this time around.
エルヴィン、獣を仕留める約束だが、まだ先になりそうだ。もう死んだよ。そうか。
And to conclude, let's quickly cover a certain someone's death that was beautifully foreshadowed. So in Season 4, Episode 6, Gabby just watches as a couple soldiers are shot down in front of her. She then shockingly looks up to their killer, who is none other than our potato-loving baby girl. This stare down isn't the only indication of foreshadowing here. If you look closely, you can see Sasha clearly in Gabby's pupils, as if she's right in front of her, even though in reality she's quite the distance away. Then in episode 8, as Connie embraces Sasha and John, they make sure the viewer notices Sasha's fixated glare in this calming moment. Then she's shown with half a smile, seemingly at peace.
サシャは最後何か言ったか。肉って言ってた。
長官の食料庫からお肉取ってきました。
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely plan on doing some more AOT content as the story inches closer and closer to its finale. And as always, I hope you all stay hyped. Peace.
僕らだけの名前を呼び合って僕らだけの喜び分かち合った僕らだけの言葉で確かめて
これ本当に全部塩水なの？あ、何がいる？
おいハンジ、毒かもしれねえから触るんじゃねえ。
えっ